Hey guys, how you doing? This is part 5 and I'm Psychotic Hottie and I want to talk about the things that I don't know what it comes from my soul out, but I know the meaning. I know some knowledge. It's not kind of a knowledge, it's kind of understanding. And I want to make a mutual understanding about what? About the motives that are actually building blocks of the music. Why we start to enjoy music. Why we, for example, we hear a piece of art, music, or any kind of art. The first thing that we start to make connection with is it's that we have heard that kind of motive somewhere. We're now having fun with it because we're hearing it in a new way. But for example, the first time that I heard this, maybe I'm just giving an example. But now I want to harmonize it like this. Maybe you start to ask, okay, what is this? What is your left hand? It doesn't matter. It's maybe it's wrong or maybe it's right. It just starts to having meaning when it starts to get joined with its next brother, the next of kin, the one that has the most harmony with. You see it? This one was the motive. Or there's a question. Are all the motives, out of the tune? Can they be tonal? Should they all be atonal? Of course, you could make them tonal. For example, we go on a G. Oh, let's make a motive like this. Sorry. What was this? I wanted to make some sort of tendency. No. It was just some sort of pointing towards another scale, which is called diminished scale. Was it intentional? No, of course. I was doing it because it felt fun. But I wanted to explain it. Why did it felt fun? So I started to come up with a justification, an imaginary justification for my psychosis, which is called the diminished scale. Not mine, every kind of musician. Even if you are doing something, let your soul go in. As I said, if you go and get a PhD or MA from literature, that doesn't make you a poet. The best poets in the world, they were into Stanford or Oxford, reading history books about literature. Why do I, most of the time, when I don't want to do on A minor, I go on G minor. Why? Because it feels better, It's more symmetrical here. Minor, G minor. You see it? Everything is symmetrical. So do the thing that you want to do. Nobody can come and say, why are you doing that? Because it's music, it's art, it's the way to push out the pressure of your psychosis, if you have one or two or three or more. Push them out in front of the face of the universe and say, fuck you, bitch, this is me. See it? I could do it here. I want you see it, I want to view all this. I want to watch all this as some kind of shape and triangles and symmetrical. You could do anywhere you want. You could see it, watch it, and you could think about the harmony any way you want. Before the gravity, when we think about, let's take a leap and a quick tangent. When we want to go see the physics, okay? The gravity first was Newtonian, and then Einstein told, no, don't watch it like, see, we have a curve here, and curve is, when something has a mass, it makes a curve into the curvature, and everyththing started to sound different, but the calculations, they worked out. So you have the freedom to see, to watch, to calculate anywhere you want, anything you want, but beware of your thinking, okay? Acknowledge the way you think. Acknowledge yourself. I'm not denying myself to be Middle Eastern, so I have a tendency to use this kind of things. Call him Tori or Tati. And when you see the Middle Eastern, for Eastern and Arabic, and Turkish and Caucasian, South Caucasus, those parts, when you see their music, it's more like they are sitting down somewhere. It's very hot or it's very cold, and they're sitting somewhere and they're playing together without rhythms. So that made me like this. I'm not denying myself to be something. So of course the music I play is gonna sound different. We all remember when we have been kids, we used to do some things that we would have fun with them, and we used to do them every day, every time, 3 times a day. For example, a kind of game or whatever. And we used to start to do something. You think, if I do this, okay, it's a very childish thing to do. It's very childish, okay? But do you think if I do this for 10 years, when I haven't seen any kind of note and any kind of sheet, and I never heard Mozart, the only thing that I've heard was the sounds in the nature. What would I sound in 10 years? Of course, you will make some orders, make your personal harmony, the things that are coming out just from you, and you don't give a shit about your followers and subscribers and the people who come and start to hear you and like you. Would they be commenting, what the fuck is this? Or would they be commenting, oh, good job, keep going? You wouldn't give a shit. The only thing you were thinking was just having fun with this. But after 10 years, you wouldn't be just doing that. We're human. We evolve. So maybe you start to think like I'm evolving, okay? 10x speed evolving. Of course, I cannot deny the sounds that make sense to me because I am in front of a camera and I gotta do something that makes sense. So let's for just a second, I'll just I'm gonna forget about anything. Of course, I'm not gonna just forget and go crazy, okay? It's still not my psychosis because I'm in front of a YouTube and I'm gonna upload all of it. I'm gonna upload all of it on YouTube without editing, okay? But I want to just transfer the way I want to, what I want to say to you, the transfer of the knowledge. Knowledge is not something that comes from the books of harmony. Those things, they've never made a musician. If someone wants to become a musician, he will finally find his way. But I want to help you to find your own way, okay? It's not this. It's your kind of melody. It's your kind of obsession that are in your mind, a grudge that is holding you back, and you want to find it in somehow in a song, in a harmony book, but you know where to find it. I want to give you that. I'm not a prophet. I'm just want to help you open that door and become famous and become a good teacher and go crazy and have money and have, yeah, that's right. Yeah, but I want to do it. It's the best thing I could do right now. C because it's very childish to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway because I love this movement. I love here, and when I hear, I cannot do it. I don't like it, so I do it either this or this. See, they do not have anything in common. It's a mixture of diminished and the harmonic, but here it's totally diminished. Here, diminished again. And gypsy minor again. So, let your psychosis, sorry about the noise, let your psychosis guide you through the ways that you gotta go, okay? Just don't give a shit. Of course, maybe first 100 years, it may take 10 years. Well, you gotta construct your own way of thinking. Thanks for watching. If you've been listening to all this, that means you can think. That means, at least to me, I don't know about others, that means you can think about the things, okay? That means we have some sort of understanding, mutual understanding, okay? It's a kind of thing. I'm not saying that I'm superhuman or super thinker, but we have something in common, that we think we are trapped by something. I just want to help you, and you help me with our feedbacks to each other, with the positive vibes that we give each other. We exchange them, make a better life for ourselves. Life is hard, but we could help each other to ease it. Thank you for listening.